Very good morning, everyone. So today we are doing the fourth lesson under this science revision seminar series. So you can see the screen. Today we are going to discuss completely chemistry from grade 10 chapter 1. There are 100 MCQs starting from grade 10 chemistry third lesson. So those who have done this at home, if you have already done any MCQs here, you can mark with the red pen, and you should have a separate exercise book or writing book to note down any important things or the theory behind each MCQ. Right, let's start with question number 1. Okay. So as you all know, grade 10 from the beginning you will start electronic configuration, structure of the atom, subatomic particles. So the first question, the type of subatomic particle which was discovered by Crook tube experiment. Actually, electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson, but Crookes experiment, or we call it cathode ray tube experiment, led to the discovery of electron by J.J. Thomson. So actually, he conducted this experiment. Sir William Crook, if you can search even in the internet, Sir William Crook wanted to check whether there's a possibility of sending electricity through air. So what he did was, he used a tube containing anode and cathode, and high voltage is applied to this tube under low pressure. When the pressure is gradually lowered, and he observed from the cathode towards anode green color. So this negative one is cathode and positive one is anode. So greenish color glow moving from cathode towards the anode. So he named them as cathode rays. Actually, what travels as cathode rays, nothing else, electron. So later the properties of the electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson, but actually Crookes experiment led to the discovery of electron by J.J. Thomson. Therefore, the electron, the subatomic particle that was discovered by Crookes tube experiment is nothing else, electron. If you can note down, that is the first discovered subatomic particle, electron. But you can write separately, electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. The properties of the electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. You can note down that separately. Electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. In addition to that, you should know Thomson's link with one more important thing, that is first atomic model, that is called plum pudding model. Plum pudding model of the atom also by J.J. Thomson. So J.J. Thomson, discovery of electron, that's important for MCQs, and plum pudding model of the atom. Plum pudding model of the atom. Actually, why did he conduct this experiment? Whether there's a possibility of passing electricity through air. So you can see here, when the voltage is very high, say maybe more than 25,000 volts, the voltage, and the pressure is low, electrons can travel even through air. Usually electrons travel through a conductor, through a metal. Electrons travel through a conductor. But you can pass electricity or electrons even through air when the voltage is very high and the pressure is low. Example, lightning. During lightning, from the charged clouds, which subatomic particle travel from the charged cloud to the earth, or from the earth to the charged cloud? Electron. Therefore, electron is linked with electricity or electric current as well. That's why electron is very important. That's why you write electronic configuration. Chemical bonding depends on the electrons. Who involved in the chemical bond formation? Electron. In chemical reactions also, electrons participate, not the protons and neutrons. Protons and neutrons participate in nuclear reaction. Therefore, because protons and neutrons found inside the nucleus. Therefore, nucleus undergoes changes during nuclear reaction. Therefore, electrons only going in and out. Electrons can be given out, electrons can be taken in, but protons and neutrons do not undergo any changes during chemical reaction. That's very important to understand. Therefore, during for chemical bonding, for chemical reactions, even for conductivity of electricity. Which subatomic particle is important? Electron. And electron is the lightest subatomic particle, and the mass of electron is negligible with compared to the mass of the protons. And remember, the protons and the neutrons are equal in mass, P and N. The mass of the proton and electron are approximately equal, but the electron, the mass is very extremely low with compared to the protons and the neutrons. Therefore, when you take the mass number, you don't count the electron. So the mass number depends on what? Mass of the nucleus. In other words, mass number means protons plus neutrons. Actual mass of an atom should be the total mass of all three, protons, electrons and neutrons, but mass of the electron is neglected since it is its mass is negligible compared to the protons and neutrons. So those are the few important points that you should note down about the electron. Electron is negatively charged, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. An electron is the lightest subatomic particle. An electron was the first discovered subatomic particle, and charge of the electron is negatively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. That's why electrons are attracted towards the positively charged nucleus. So electrons are negative, nucleus is positive. Therefore, electrons are attracted towards the nucleus. So to break down this attraction, if you want to remove an electron from an atom, you have to supply energy. You have to supply energy. To break this attraction, you have to supply energy. That energy called ionization energy. That energy called ionization energy. To overcome the attraction between the electron and the nucleus, right? But why does electrons do not fall onto the nucleus? Because electrons are revolving. Since electrons are moving fast, they don't collide with the nucleus. Otherwise, electron is very light and is negative. It will collide with the nucleus, but that will never happen because of the revolving or the motion of the electron. Right. Okay, so that's about the electrons. So the question number 1 answers first one. If any of your friends or even in your school, if grade 10 students, please inform your school teachers. I forgot to inform this officially. Today's class, grade 10 English medium students of your school also can join if they are free at this time. Therefore, you can share the link with any of your grade 10, or else you can just pass the message to your school teachers to invite grade 10 students if they are free now. And you can share this paper also with them, grade 10 students, because that's important for them also, because grade 10 I am going to discuss chemistry from the beginning. Right. Then next part, question number 1, the answer is first one. Question number 1 answer is first one. Then question number 2. Question number 2, who found the neutron? So this is like recalling the previous knowledge. Who found the neutron? That is James Chadwick. Answer is second. James Chadwick means, so we are just Chadwick. So if you want to write below the others, John Dalton linked with atomic theory. Right? John Dalton linked with atomic theory. If you want to put an arrow towards the others, right? John Dalton, atomic theory. Ernest Rutherford, E. Rutherford, right? Discovery of proton and discovery of proton. And number 2, nuclear model of the atom, or nuclear model of the atom, or we call it planetary model, nuclear model or planetary model of the atom. So that is the most accepted term, planetary model of the atom. Planetary model of the atom. Then J.J. Thomson, you can write discovery of electron and discovery of electron. And Thomson's atomic model, or we call it plum pudding model. Plum pudding model of the atom. Right. So therefore, this important for MCQs. Question number 2 answer is second. Question number 3, I'll read the screen. Third MCQ, who introduced atom to the world? Actually, the term atom was introduced. Actually, it's a Greek word, atomos. It means indivisible. cannot be divided further into smaller parts. Small one is atom is the last point where you can do it. You can divide that into protons, electrons, and neutrons, but atom cannot be divided into small atoms. That's what it means. So that was introduced to the world by a Greek philosopher called Democritus. The term atom was introduced by Democritus, but the term atom, the name was given by some other person. So you can see, so there are various different scientists involved in the discovery of this atomic structure, subatomic particles. Then next one, question number 4. Fourth MCQ, atomic number. So actually atomic number is like the NIC or the identity of an element. Say example, hydrogen atomic number is 1. We write leftmost side bottom. Atomic number 1 means it has just one proton. So if you take sodium, atomic number is 11. That is the 11th element. So it has 11 protons. Atomic number is the number of protons inside the nucleus, and it is a unique feature of an atom. Say example, there's no other atom having atomic number 11 other than sodium. So it's a unique feature. No other element has the same atomic number other than sodium. Therefore, in the periodic table, elements are arranged. So it's based on construction of the building up of the periodic table is based on the atomic number and the electronic configuration. Atomic number and the electronic configuration. If you take neutral atom, it has equal number of protons and electrons. Therefore, an atom is electrically neutral. An atom is electrically neutral because protons and electrons are equal. If they are different, then it will be charged. If proton and electrons equal, an atom is electrically neutral. Now the answer for the question number 4, atomic number, is the number of protons inside the nucleus of an atom. Number of protons. Then question number 5. So these are I'm starting from the very beginning. Even a very weak student who has missed chemistry, then you can quickly revise through this. Next one, isotopes. Isotopes means actually there are properties common to isotopes. You better copy down a note like this. Properties common among isotopes. Properties common to the isotopes of the same element. Properties common among the isotopes. Properties common among the isotopes of same element. Among the isotopes of same element. Isotopes of same element. So isotopes of same element, these things are same or common. Isotopes of the same element having these common properties. You better copy down this. Not only the answer for this, actually you should better take a note. The things to know about, that means you have to improve your theory knowledge. Right? With each MCQ, you have to recall your previous theory knowledge. Properties common among the isotopes of same element. You can write here same atomic number. Same atomic number. Number 2, isotopes of the same element having same atomic number is what? Same number of protons. Same number of protons. Number 3, same number of electrons. Same atomic number, same number of protons, and same number of electrons. Number 4, same electronic configuration. Same electronic configuration. Same electronic configuration. And it should be the same element also, because I have given that among the same element. You can't take sodium and calcium, the mass number is different, so it's 23 and it's 40 here, but you can't tell these two isotopes even though the mass number is different. Yeah, mass number has to be different, but atomic number has to be equal. So here atomic number is not equal, therefore you can't tell these two isotopes. So isotopes contain the same atomic number. They should have the same atomic number and the same protons inside the nucleus. So you can write same electronic configuration. These things are common among the isotopes of the same element. Same electronic configuration. And next one, number 5, same chemical properties. Same chemical properties. Same chemical properties. Please take down this. Properties common to the isotopes of same element. These properties are common. If you want, I can give example. Say example, if you take hydrogen. If you take hydrogen, H11, H11. Okay, please copy down this. I'll give 5 minutes. Give me. Yeah, quickly copy down this. After that, I'll move to the next question. right? Okay, done. Okay, so now hydrogen, there are now mostly in the exam they ask about the isotopes of hydrogen. So the first isotope called protium, second isotope called deuterium, and third isotope called tritium. Now you can see if you make water, so actually the water that we drink made of the most abundant, if you can highlight here, H11 is the most abundant isotope of hydrogen. H11 will be the most abundant isotope of hydrogen. This is the most abundant isotope of hydrogen. Right? Most abundance. That means in the nature the highest percentage protium, that is the H11. Therefore water that we drink made of what? That is first isotope. Because the second isotope, the symbol we use D, deuterium, if you write then water will be D2O. If the water is made of second isotope, that water will be D2O. Deuterium, we now H12 we call the stand symbol D. So if water is made of tritium, it will be T2O. Now you can see the RAM or the mass number of these three are different. When the mass numbers are different, then the properties, the physical properties will be different. Say example, if you take, now you just memorize what are isotopes, the definition. That is not enough. You should know the importance of knowing the isotopes. Here T2O. Now if you take H1, so you know the molar mass of water, relative molecular mass of water is 18, right? 18 grams per mole. But if you take D2O, D is what? It's 2. Relative atom mass is 2 here. Hydrogen is 1. If you take T, the mass number is 3. So when you take the total or the relative molecular mass from the D2O, you get the total deuterium 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 16, you get 20 the relative molecular mass. Then tritium T2O, you get 22. Now you can see what is different among isotopes. Then mass number different, mass numbers different. I don't have space right here. Please write the left side. I have given properties common to the isotope, same atomic number, same proton, same electron, same configuration, same chemical properties. But if you take properties different among isotopes, you can write mass numbers different, mass number. So this right, you can write properties different, mass number different, neutron number different, neutron number different, and physical properties different, physical properties different, physical properties different. Is that clear? So mass number different, neutron different, and physical properties will be different. So I'll highlight that pink, well, I'll highlight that with blue. So you better copy down properties different among isotopes, mass number, neutron number, and physical properties. What are physical properties? Density, boiling point, melting point. Example. Now, what is the boiling point of water? It's 100 Celsius. 100 Celsius. But if you take the boiling point of D2O, D2O is heavier than H2O. But we can't drink D2O or T2O. Tritium is radioactive. So you can put an arrow towards the third isotope of hydrogen, that is radioactive. It's radioactive, tritium, right? So we can't drink T2O. So water that, even hydrogen gas in the nature is made of most abundant isotope is H11. That is the lightest element in the periodic table, the lightest atom, hydrogen. And this is the other most interesting thing. This is the only atom in the periodic table which does not contain H11 neutrons inside the nucleus. The first isotope H11, no neutrons. It has just one proton and one electron, because mass number is only one proton, one electron. Right here H11, no neutrons. So therefore, you can get an MCQ like this. All the atoms contain protons and neutrons. That is wrong because of hydrogen. Write it. Hydrogen does not contain H11, or protium does not contain neutrons inside the nucleus. All the other atoms in the periodic table, there are both protons and neutrons inside the nucleus. Here no neutrons, no neutrons. Most of the atoms, almost all the atoms contain both protons and neutrons inside the nucleus except hydrogen. Hydrogen also the first isotope. No neutrons in H11. No neutrons in H11. Only one proton, one electron. And the other most interesting thing is this. If you take hydrogen atom, if this become H plus, look at the screen everyone. If this become H plus, positively charged ion, it is equal to proton. H plus is same as proton. Why I am telling this? Hydrogen atom has one proton and one electron. When electron is taken out, it has just one proton. You can see if the electron is taken out, it become hydrogen ion, H plus ion. So the H plus ion is equal to what? H plus ion is equal to proton. Please, can you all note down this? H plus ion is same as proton. Therefore, hydrogen ion is same as proton. H plus is same as proton because it has just one proton. When the electron is taken out, only one proton is left in the H plus. Therefore, H plus is same as proton. Therefore, proton is equal to H plus. So those are the other important things I want you to remember, because then only it makes sense learning this. Otherwise, you are just memorizing the definition of isotope and the examples for the isotopes. But that is not what you are expected to learn here. Okay. So what is the answer here? Isotopes having different masses, and isotopes should belong to the same element. You can't take two different elements and you can't tell isotopes. Therefore, isotopes should belong to the same element. I'll underline the answer. Atoms of different masses of the same element. Atoms of different masses of the same element. Right. Answer is fourth. Please raise the hand those who got the fourth answer. How many of you got the fourth answer before me? Right. Around 20 students raise the hand. Very good. 21. Okay. But not only that, maybe you might have got the answer, but I want you to copy down these things. What are the three isotopes of hydrogen? What is the most abundant isotope? What is the name of each isotope? Protium, deuterium, tritium. And the other most important thing, what is common to all these three isotopes? Atomic number 1, 1. Protons 1, 1. Electrons 1, 1. Electronic configuration 1, 1. Chemical properties same. And physical properties are different. Density, boiling point, melting point, they are different among these three isotopes. That means physical properties are different. Right. Let's move on to the question number 6. And the other most important thing what you have to learn here, what is not constant for a given element? Now, if you take the same element hydrogen, there are three isotopes, H11, H12, H13. So what is not what is not constant out of the three subatomic particles? Out of the three subatomic particles, which subatomic particle is not constant or not equal for the isotopes or a given element? Neutrons may not be equal. Sometimes it can be equal, but may not be equal. For a given element, neutrons are not constant. Proton constant. For a given element, hydrogen, proton 1, 1, 1. How many isotopes are there? All these having the same. Example, oxygen, if you take isotopes, okay, what are the for the relative atomic mass, for the RAM, for the atomic mass unit, what is the isotope we use? C612, that is the most abundant isotope of carbon. C612, C613, C614. So there are four isotopes. This is called radioactive carbon, the third one, C614 radioactive. So these three isotopes of carbon, the most abundant one is the first one, C612. So this C612, C613, C614, what is not constant to these isotopes? Neutron number is not constant. What is constant? Protons constant. Atomic number constant. Electronic configuration 2, 4 for all these constant. But is not constant. Neutron number is not constant for a given element, because I have given a question here. What is not constant for a given element? The answer will be neutrons. Answer will be neutrons. Okay, so I'll erase the screen. Question number 6. What is the lightest particle in an atom? The answer will be electron. The lightest particle in an atom will be electron. Electron is the lightest subatomic particle. Then number 7. Which of the following is not constant to a certain element? Which of the following is not constant? This is what I just now explained. This is what I just now explained. I explained your proton number constant for a given element. If it is hydrogen, proton number, even there are 10 isotopes, proton number is constant, 1, 1, 1 hydrogen. Atomic number 1. but neutron number is not constant for a given element. Answer is third. Question number 7, answer is 3. Those who have done this before me, you can mark with the red pen the answers. Write the reason why neutron number is not constant for a given element due to the existence of isotopes. Write the reason here, due to isotopes, due to the presence of isotopes. Right. Question number 8. 8th MCQ. The subatomic particle contribute most for the mass of the atom. Mass of an atom, even for the mass number, we take what? Protons and neutrons. What is the mass number? Protons and neutrons. That is the mass of the nucleus. Mass number is what? Mass of nucleus is the mass number, in other words. Mass of nucleus means protons plus neutrons. That is called the mass number. But we don't consider the mass of electron for the mass number. Actual mass should be the mass of all three, but mass of the electron is negligible. Therefore, mass of an atom depends on the mass of protons and neutrons, not the electrons. Electrons very, very light. Therefore, the mass of electron is negligible with compared to the protons and neutrons. Therefore, that's why you take the mass number. Example, sodium, what is the mass number? 23. Atomic number 11. That means what? This sodium has 11 protons and 12 neutrons. That is the mass number. But we don't put 11 electrons, we don't add here. Then it's become 34. But electrons, there are 11 electrons, but we don't add that for the mass number. So therefore, the mass number, we consider the mass of protons and neutrons, because mass of an atom depends on these two. Mass of the nucleus. And remember, during a chemical reaction, during bond formation, nucleus does not undergo any changes. That means proton number and neutron number do not change during bond formation, covalent bonds or ionic bonds, or even during the chemical reaction. Only electrons are going in and out during chemical bonds formation as well as during chemical reaction. So the answer is contribute most for the mass of an atom will be protons and neutrons. Protons and neutrons. Right. Then question number 9. Question number 9. Which of the given subatomic particles are considered equal in mass? I told you what is equal in mass. Protons and neutrons. Answer is first one. Electrons not equal to the mass of protons and neutrons. Question number 10. That is based on the electronic configuration. Atomic number 19, that is the element real symbol is potassium. 19th element is potassium. When you write the configuration, it's 281. It's 281. Potassium atomic number is 19 and the configuration is 281. Configuration is 2, 8, 1. So outermost shell has what? Highlight, when you read the question, pay attention to the active word of the question. Outermost energy level. Electrons in what? Electrons in outermost energy level. Outermost energy level of an atom is also called valence shell. If you only can note down, that valency depends on the number of electrons in the valence shell. So right here, this is called the outermost shell, and that is also called valence shell. Sometimes we call outermost energy level also. Outermost energy level. Now inner shells are useless. These 8 electrons are useless. Why I am telling useless? They don't participate in bond formation. 2, 8, they don't involve in chemical bonding. They don't involve in chemical reaction. They don't involve even in electrical conductivity. In an atom, the most important electrons which predict the properties are in the outermost shell. Valence electrons. This electron is called what electron? Valence electron. Valence shell contain what electrons? Valence electron. Valence electron. This electron only participate in the bond formation. Therefore, potassium form only one bond. Valency means the combining power of an element. Combining power of potassium is 1. That's why you can't write KCl2. It's KCl. Potassium can combine only with one chlorine. Chlorine also valency is 1. So you can write KCl2. KCl3. So that means what? Combining power is 2 if you write KCl2. Combining power is 3 if you write KCl3. But potassium cannot form KCl2 or KCl3 because its combining power is 1. It can form only one bond. So those things are very important. Now you have to do this with the intention of improving your chemistry knowledge, not just to memorize the text targeting the exam. So question number 10, answer is first one. Outermost shell has only one electron. Only one electron. Question number 11. Question number 11. I'll erase the screen. 11th MCQ. Electronic configuration 281 belongs to which group and which period? Now this electronic configuration is very, very important. Electronic configuration can be used to predict many things in an atom. Say example, if you are given the configuration, you can tell, okay, let's see, you are given the configuration 281. So what informations we can get here? We can get if it is a neutral atom. If it is a neutral atom, if you are given the electronic configuration of neutral atom, you can tell the atomic number. You can tell the atomic number. 281, the total is what? 11. You can tell the atomic number. Number 1. Number 2, from the configuration you can tell the symbol of the element. If you know the atomic number, you can tell this is the total is 11. Total you get here 11. That is sodium. Symbol is sodium. Atomic number 11 because 2 plus 8 1. The third information you can get from the electronic configuration, you can tell to which group it belongs. Group you can tell how? By looking at the outermost electron. Outermost only one electron, therefore it should belongs to group 1. Outermost one electron, therefore it should belong to group 1. Then you can tell the period. Copy down this everyone. Any other atom, if you are given the configuration, you can predict these informations. You can describe about that element. Atomic number, symbol, sodium, then group 1. Then you can tell the period. To which row it belongs. So example, there are 3 energy levels. There are 3 shells. 3 shells or 3 energy levels. Therefore it belongs to which period? Third period. Third period. Not only that, you can tell valency. Valency will what? The charge also you can tell. Since it has only one electron, it will lose only one electron from the outermost shell. To achieve what configuration? To get noble gas configuration, it becomes then Na plus. So Na plus has 2,8. When the outermost electron is lost, it becomes 2,8. Therefore, it's equal to whose configuration? Neon. Neon also has the same configuration. Therefore, these two are isoelectronic. Isoelectronic means having the same number of electrons. Having the same number of electrons. Sodium ion configuration is equal to the neon configuration. They are isoelectronic. Therefore, sodium ion Na plus more stable than sodium atom. Sodium atom unstable configuration. Sodium ion more stable configuration. Therefore, sodium ion is equal to the neon configuration. Therefore, we call it noble gas configuration. Therefore, what is the charge of the, you can never write Na2 plus or Na3 plus because it doesn't form more than plus. So therefore the charge you can predict. By looking at the configuration, you can tell the group, period and charge of the ion form. Charge of ion will be +1. Plus. So it's positive here. Na plus, so it's positive plus. Not 2 plus, plus. Then number 6. Not only that, you can tell the valency. Valency will be what? Valency is the number of electrons given out, gain or given out, shared by an atom. Valency is 1. Then you can tell number of bonds. If valency 1, combining power or the number of bonds. Valency is equal to the number of bonds. Number of bonds formed by sodium will be 1. NaCl, not NaCl2. So you can see a lot of things. You can I can write many more things about this by looking at only the configuration. Right? You can see I wrote 7 important informations we can get from the electronic configuration. I took the example here 281. So they can ask any of this. Now it is a, you can tell whether it's a metal or non-metal even. I'll write number 8. Whether it's metal or non-metal also you can tell. Because if there's outermost one electron, group 1. Group 1 all are metals except hydrogen. Whether metal or non-metal you can decide by looking at the configuration. because metals form only positively charged ions. Therefore, not just to underline the answer, I want you to explore and recall your theory last grade 10 work. So I'll underline the answer now. Question number 11, the answer will be, to which group it belongs? Group 1. To which group it belongs? Group 1. Right. Question number 12. I read the screen. 12th MCQ. This is a question. You can put a star for this. Because O-level paper, they can ask similar questions. When you are given any ion, you can write the number of electrons based on the atomic number and the charge. Say example, chlorine. Chlorine, atomic number 17. But when it becomes chloride ion, it has 18 electrons. So you have to find the answer which contains same number of electrons as the chloride ion. Look at the screen, everyone. Chloride ion has 18 electrons. Out of the 4 answers, which one has same number of electrons as chloride ion? We'll write atomic number of sodium is 11. When it become Na plus, 11 become 10 electrons. Write it, 10 electrons. Under each, write the number of electrons, then you can easily select the answer. Potassium atomic number is 19. So remember, with the charge, atomic number won't change. Atomic number will not change with the charge of an atom. This is very important. When an atom becomes positively charged or negatively charged, atomic number won't change. Atomic number won't change. So atomic number 19, whether it's K or K plus. But electrons will change. I told you, when an atom becomes positively charged or negatively charged or chemical reaction or chemical bonding, proton number and the neutron number won't change. Only the electrons are going in and out, going up and out. So here K plus has 18 electrons. So we got the answer now. That is the answer. They ask which of these ions having the same number of electrons as K plus. Answer is second. Then O minus. O minus. Atomic number is 8. Atomic number is 8. So it has how many electrons? 9 electrons because of minus charge. Minus means 1 electron is gain. Let's see the number of electrons in Mg2 plus. Magnesium atomic number is 12. If you don't know the atomic number, that is the end of your chemistry. If you don't know the configuration, that is the end of your chemistry. The first 20 elements, at least you should know the atomic number and the electronic configuration. Atomic number of magnesium 12, when it becomes 2 plus, number of electrons become 10. 10 electrons. So sodium, a potassium ion and chloride ion having the same number of electrons. Therefore, the answer is second. So therefore, K plus configuration is equal to whose configuration? Cl minus configuration. Because both having K plus, what is the configuration? 2, 8, 8. Because 18 electrons. Cl minus also what? 2, 8, 8. So both these are what? Isoelectronic, because both these having same number of electrons. Same number of electrons. So they are isoelectronic. What is isoelectronic? Having same number of electronic configuration or same number of electrons. Right. So that is the answer for the question number 12. Question number 13. 13th MCQ. Electronic configuration is given. You can easily predict the group and the period. I will quickly move. This is not hard. Outermost 3 means what? Group 3. Outermost 3 means it belongs to group 3. I told you now, even grade 10 students can join today's class, or not only grade 11. If grade 11, grade 10 English medium students, you can invite your school if they are free today at this time, and we'll continue. Yeah. Right. So the period is 3. Right. So it's 283 group outermost 3 group 3 and then the period 3 here. So the third period. So it's period 3. Period 3. Group 3, period 3. Because there are 3 shells. So the answer is second. Question number 13, answer is second. Those who done this at home, you can mark with the red pen and you can check whether you are okay with this chemistry from the beginning, right? Question number 14, monoatomic gas. So monoatomic gas means actually they are noble gases, group 8 elements. You can highlight here monoatomic. That is another term used for what? Noble gases. Noble gases. They are also called what gases? Noble gases are also called group 8. Helium, neon, argon, krypton. So group 8 they are called helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Right. Therefore the answer will be third, that is helium. Helium. Question number 15. Father of modern atomic theory. Father of modern atomic theory, John Dalton. So this is like recalling the previous memory, like this like theory. Therefore you can get about 15 to around 15 to 18 basic level questions in the oral science paper. At least the students also are going for the S pass. There are higher order level questions also, higher order of thinking. Question number 16, magnesium chloride. Right, you can see the screen now. So the question number 16 we are talking about MgCl2. Right. Magnesium valency 2, chlorine valency 1. When you interchange, you get MgCl2. So, but be careful, chlorine is Cl, L is not capital. So, you get the answer. MgCl2 answer is first one. Question number 17, 17th MCQ. Right. X atomic number is 11, so you get the configuration 281. Why the configuration you get 287? Because they have given the atomic number 17. So when you know the configuration I told, you can get the valency. What is the valency of X1? Group 7 valency 1. Group 7, group 1 also valency 1. Group 7 outermost 7, group 1 outermost 1. So they have the same valency. So if valency is 1, then we can just write XY. So valency here 1, here valency is group 7 valency 1. So Y also valency 1. Therefore the formula between X and Y will be XY. XY. When you interchange, you get XY. It will be XY. Now, actually, what is the real symbol here? That is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. So atomic number 11 is sodium. Atomic number 17 is chlorine. The real formula, if you the real symbol, that will be NaCl. Right. Question number 18. I'll erase the screen. 18th MCQ. So the answer is third, right? Question number 17 answer is third. Question number 18. Which of the following cannot be considered as a rare gas? Which of the following cannot be considered as rare gas? Okay, actually rare gas, okay, you better copy down. What are the four most abundant gases in the atmosphere? The highest percentage in the atmosphere, nitrogen. The highest percentage in the atmosphere, nitrogen, it's N2, that is 78% by volume. Second highest gas in the atmosphere, that is oxygen, 21% by volume. Third highest gas in the atmosphere, argon, not carbon dioxide, that is 0.93%. Fourth highest gas in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, that is 0.03%. Now you can understand how can nitrogen be a rare gas. Nitrogen is not a rare gas. So the correct answer is third. Question number 18, answer is 3. Nitrogen, it is not a rare gas. And one more thing you have to remember about nitrogen. Between nitrogen atoms, there's a triple bond. Between nitrogen atoms, there's a triple bond. Triple bond. Right. And it is less reactive. Between oxygen atom, there's a double bond. Carbon dioxide also is like this. So you should know the Lewis structure of these. These are the Lewis structure dot dash diagrams. If you want, you can copy down in the exam. They can ask the Lewis structure of this. So these are the Lewis structure of nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. There's a triple bond in nitrogen. So you can ask diatomic molecule, but with a triple bond. Triple bond. And here is a double bond. Double bond. Between oxygen and there's a double bond. Between nitrogen and there's a triple bond. Therefore, it's which one is more difficult to break? Difficult to break, triple bond. Triple bond difficult to break. It is more strong. That's why the nitrogen gas is less reactive, even though there's 78% in the atmosphere. Triple bond. Therefore, it's strong. That is strong. Than in oxygen. Triple bond is strong. Difficult to break. It is difficult to break. Difficult to break. Difficult to break. Therefore, it is less reactive. Therefore, nitrogen gas is less reactive. Therefore, nitrogen gas is N2 gas is less reactive, even though is 78% in the atmosphere, less reactive. That's why it is used to fill electric bulbs also. Filament bulbs, nitrogen gas is used to fill electric bulbs because it's less reactive. Okay, so that's very important. Not you can see nitrogen highest percentage, triple bond, and the Lewis structure of nitrogen, and it is strong bond, triple bond more difficult to break than double bond. Therefore, it is less reactive. So you should know a little bit more. It's a colorless gas, odorless gas, right? Non-toxic gas. Even when you breathe, which gas enters most? Most of the space of your lungs occupied by not oxygen, nitrogen gas. If you inhale, if you take one breath, it occupies more space of nitrogen than oxygen, because 78% by volume in the atmosphere. If you have oxygen higher percentage in the atmosphere than 21, then you cannot breathe air. Too much oxygen also not good to inhale. You can't just take the oxygen cylinder and inhale. Right? It can cause death. Right. Now, question number 19. 19th MCQ, just to interchange the valency is very easy. X valency given 5. Oxygen, oxide. What is oxide? O2 minus. Oxide is O2 minus. So the valency will be what? 2. Therefore, when you interchange, you get X2O5. 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 Question number 20. So what is the answer for the 19th MCQ? 19th MCQ, the answer is third. Third. Answer is 3. Question number 20. covalent bonds are formed, the atoms are. Covalent bonds are formed by sharing the electrons between atoms. Answer is first one. Question number 20, answer is first one. When covalent bonds are formed, atoms share electrons. Question number 21, which molecule is formed by covalent bond? Molecule with covalent bond. Remember, this is how you can easily remember. Most of the covalent bonds are mostly formed between nonmetals. Covalent bond mostly formed between, not always, mostly formed, write it, put an arrow towards covalent bond, right? Mostly formed between nonmetals. Between nonmetals. You can see here NaCl, sodium is a metal, therefore it's ionic. Because sodium is a metal, ionic. Magnesium chloride, magnesium is a metal, therefore ionic. Potassium chloride, potassium is a metal, therefore it becomes positively charged, and chloride negatively charged, therefore it's ionic. Ionic bond, they are ionic lattices. So the easiest method to remember ionic and covalent, how to differentiate easily, level you can remember this method. You can use this method if there's at least one metal in it. If there's at least one metal in a compound, it is going to be ionic. I'll write it again. You can copy down that. If there's at least one metal in a compound, it is an ionic compound. If there's at least one metal in a compound, if there's at least one metal in a compound, it is ionic. If all are nonmetals, example glucose, sucrose, galactose, C6H12O6, what? Are there any metals in it? No, therefore it's covalent. Covalent compound. Carbon nonmetal, hydrogen nonmetal, oxygen nonmetal. This is one of the easy method, short method to remember, right? If all are, so therefore the question number 21 answer is 3. Question number 21 answer is 3. 3. Hydrogen, HH nonmetal, therefore electrons are shared between, therefore it's a covalent bond. Question number 22. The formula of the oxide of A23. So this is a good question. A2O3, why A2O3 is given? To get the valency of A. Why A2O3 is given? To get the valency of A. To get the valency of A. So A2O3, 3 belongs to whom? A. Therefore A become A3 plus. Look at here. A2O3, 3 come from valency of A here. So when you're going to combine with sulfate, what is the formula of sulfate? SO4 2 minus. What is the formula of sulfate? SO4 2 minus. So when you combine these two, then you can get the formula. Look at the screen. Valency of A is 3, valency of sulfate is 2. Actually valency is the charge. Valency is the net charge. So 2 minus means valency 2, not 4. Huh? So SO4, 4 is not the valency, that is a part of the symbol. So when you combine these two ions, valency has to be interchanged. Then you get the correct formula here. A2, 2 goes to the other side bottom. 3 plus we don't write here. A2 SO4 thrice. A2 SO4 thrice. Is that clear? A2 SO4 thrice. Right. Answer is third. Please raise the hand those who got the third answer before me. A2 SO4 thrice. What is the first step? Get the valency of A. Then get the valency of sulfate and interchange. Very good, those who got the answer before me. Right. Answer is third. Question number 23. I'll erase the screen. 23rd MCQ. Look at the screen. Again, we did a similar question before. Na plus, first you predict the number of electrons in Na plus. Na plus has 10 electrons. How come? Atomic number 11. When it become plus, 11 become 10 electron. Now let's see the others. Chloride, Cl atomic number 17. 17 becomes 18 because of the minus. Minus means 1 electron is added. atomic number 17, therefore it has how many electrons? 18 electrons. Oxygen, atomic, if you don't know the atomic number, that is the end of this question. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. So 8 become what? When it become O2 minus, 8 become 10 electrons. Magnesium, atomic number 12. 12 becomes 10 electrons. 12 become 10 electrons. Then calcium, atomic number is 20. 20 becomes 18 electrons. 20 becomes 18 electrons. Right. So then you can see what is the answer. So which one has same number of electrons as Na plus? O2 minus and Mg2 plus. O2 minus and Mg2 plus. So then the answer will be B and C. So let's see the answers here. Answer will be B and C. Answer is second. Answer is second. Right. Question number 24. 24th MCQ. Correct formula of sodium sulfate. The correct formula of sodium sulfate. Sodium is Na, sulfate is SO4. If you don't know the symbol of the ion radical, you can't write the answer for this question. Sodium is Na and sulfate is SO4 2 minus. Valency 1, valency 2. When you interchange, it becomes Na2SO4. Answer is second. Question number 25. MCQ. You are given the configuration of element X, period and the group to which it belongs. Outermost 2 electrons, therefore outermost 2 electrons means it should belongs to group 2. Outermost 2 electron means it should belongs to group 2. Group 2. And there are 4 energy levels. There are 4 energy levels, therefore period will be 4. Period 4. Answer is third. Group 2 period 4. Group 2 period 4. Answer is third. Question number 25, answer is 3. Question number 26. In the periodic table, metallic elements are present. Okay, now I will give you, I think last week, I don't know whether I gave this, there's a very important website you can use to decide the, to get many informations about the periodic table. So I'll share that periodic table with you all now. That is Royal Society of Chemistry, the periodic table. It is even those who are planning to do A-level science subjects, you can use this website. You don't need to download it. You don't need to you can see the screen, right? Okay, look at the screen. So we call it Royal Society of Chemistry, the periodic table. RSC dot. Okay. Please raise the hand those who can see the screen. You can see the screen, right? Okay. This the periodic table. This is Royal Society of Chemistry, the periodic table. Now let's see. Now there are how many elements that has been discovered so far? 118 elements. 118 elements. You can just search it like rsc.org periodic table, Royal Society of Chemistry periodic table. You can check. If I click on metal here, look at the screen, everyone. Then they will display all the metals in this periodic table. You can see here this metal, non-metal. If I click on metal here, except rightmost side few elements, more than 80 elements in this periodic table metals. More than 80 elements metals. Now if I click on non-metals, only these few non-metals. Only these few non-metals. If I adjust the temperature to about 25 Celsius, okay, now it's 28 Celsius. If I make 25 Celsius, you can see how many gases, green colored one gases, only few elements gases and only very few liquid, and all the others are solid. Can you all please write most of the elements of the modern periodic table, I mean the long form of the periodic table, the full form of the periodic table are metals, and most of the elements are solid. Majority of the elements are solid. You can see the blue color background, solid. Dark blue background, liquid. What are the three liquid? Francium, mercury and bromine. One more very important information, this bromine is a non-metallic liquid. Please put an arrow towards bromine, right? It's a non-metallic liquid. Bromine, non-metallic liquid. Non-metallic liquid. And mercury, metallic liquid. Mercury is what? A metallic liquid. Liquid metal. Okay, I'll write here, let's say this way. Liquid non-metal and liquid metal. Bromine is a non-metal, mercury is a metal. Liquid, you can copy down separate, no need to copy down this periodic table, write everyone separately. Liquid metal is mercury, liquid non-metal is bromine. Liquid non-metal, mercury, bromine, bromine. So this is called halogen group, group 7, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Mercury is a liquid metal. And francium is radioactive metal. Radioactive liquid metal. Radioactive liquid metal. Right. Now if I increase the temperature to slightly, higher than this, example is 25, I'll increase the temperature to about say 26, then 28, 29. Now you can see cesium also became that. If you increase the temperature, more and more elements turning into liquid. So therefore, this is very important. No need to download. You can just search in the Google Royal Society of Chemistry periodic table. You can get updated, because the periodic table is like the alphabet of chemistry. Without knowing the periodic, no need to memorize the long form. So you can click on group 1. Now they will highlight only the group 1 elements. Group 2, group 8, 2 elements. So if you go for the group 8, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Group 8, noble gases. Right? And if you want, you can separately you can just click on say any element. If you want helium, so helium, they will you can get many informations about helium. Right? If you double click on any symbol, they'll give the history, atomic data and everything, video, reference and everything. Right? Discovered by whom, discovery date, any allotrope. So it's Greek Helios and name means sun, and it's in the sun's and helium was first listed. Yeah, so like many information about helium. So this is also very interesting. You can download the periodic table. You can sign in the website also if you want, right? So that is to get more information about the periodic table. Even those who are planning to do LO, this will be very important, right? If actually the periodic table, there are 4 blocks here. If you click on S block, they will display S block. There are 2 groups. If you click on P block, if I click on P block, only there are 6 groups. P block, there are 18 groups. The long form of the periodic table, there are 18 groups. Your periodic table only 8. So if you click on D block, there are 10 groups, like that. If you click on F block, so like that, there are 4 blocks. Depend on the configuration, NC, SP, or D, like that. A level, you will learn this in detail. But anyway, you can use this website because it's a very reliable one to update about this periodic table, right? Let's move back to the question number 26. You can see the screen now, right, everyone? Metals are found in what? Leftmost side, right? Leftmost side, group 1, 2, 3, they are all metals except hydrogen. Therefore, leftmost side also left below part. Left top is hydrogen. Left below will be the answer. Left below hydrogen. Left below will be hydrogen. Left below part hydrogen. Question number 26 answer is first one. Question number 27. Trivalent metal highlight. What is the meaning of trivalent metal? Trivalent metal means valency 3. And since it is a metal, it's going to be A3 plus. So please put an arrow if you want. Trivalent means valency 3. Valency is 3, and since it is a metal, it's going to form what? Positively charged ion. Positive ion. So therefore A becomes what? A3 plus. And when it's going to combine with sulfate, sulfate also they have given the symbol. You can write it's SO4 2 minus. When you interchange the valency, below this 3, below this 2, the net charge will be the valency. When you interchange, you get A2, A2, SO4 thrice. A2, SO4 thrice. So what is the answer? Question number 27, answer is third. Question number 27, answer is 3. A2SO thrice. Question number 28. When you write the formula of a compound, any symbol, copper C capital, U simple, oxide oxygen capital. So the correct answer is second. Copper oxide is CuO. CuO. O capital, U simple. Next one, I think under nitrogen I told how many bonds are there, right? So this is very easy to understand. Question number 29, answer is 3. Answer is 3. Nitrogen, there's a triple bond. If you want, you can draw the structure under each. Okay, let me draw the Lewis structure. Let me show you the Lewis structure of each. Hydrogen, HH. This is the Lewis structure. No non-bonding electrons or no lone pairs. Oxygen, there's a double bond. So then there will be two lone pairs or two non-bonding pairs on each oxygen atom, because oxygen atomic number 6, there are 6 electrons, 2 gone for the bonds. After leaving 2 electrons for the bond formation, the other 4 electrons left in each atom form 2 pairs. Out of 6 electrons, 2 electrons for the bonds, and the other 4 remain as 2 non-bonding pairs. Nitrogen, there's a triple bond. Why? Nitrogen valency 3, combining power is 3, group 5, valency 3 means 3 bonds. So there's a lone pair on each nitrogen atom. Out of 5 electrons, group 5, 3 electrons gone for the bonds, and the other 2 electrons remain as lone pairs. Please draw the Lewis structures under each. So you can see here nitrogen, there's a triple bond. That's why nitrogen is less reactive than oxygen. And fluorine, group 7, valency 1, combining power is 1. There's only one covalent bond between that. Right? And all these are diatomic molecules. All are diatomic. All are what? Diatomic. But they have different number of bonds. All are diatomic. Diatomic molecules. Diatomic molecules. But they have different number of bonds. Out of this, the most strongest bond between hydrogen atoms, that is triple bond. So fluorine, look at the screen. Fluorine, outermost 7 electrons, only 1 electron participated in the bond, then remaining 6 electrons form 3 pairs. If you ask to draw the Lewis structure of fluorine, this is how you should draw it. You have to, each fluorine atom, there are 3 pairs. 3 pairs means 6 electron, 6 plus 1 electron in the bond, then total electron 7, group 7. So, and so what are these? Diatomic molecules. And the other most important thing, please label, all these are having non-polar covalent bond. Between similar atoms, all the covalent bonds are non-polar covalent. Right? That also put a stand right below this, everyone. All these are covalent bonds. All the covalent bonds are, all are non-polar covalent bonds. All are non-polar covalent bonds. Non-polar covalent bonds. Non-polar covalent bonds. Please note down these things. Not only the answer. Answer is third, but I want you to draw the Lewis structures under each. How many bonds between atoms and whether they are polar covalent or non-polar covalent, whether they are diatomic or triatomic or monoatomic. Please quickly copy down. Right. Question number 29, answer is 3. Right. I'll erase the screen. Question number 30. This is not a covalent molecule. I told you how to remember easily the covalent and ionic. If there's at least one metal in it, it is ionic. Potassium is a metal. Therefore, it is ionic. K plus and Cl minus between ions. Ionic bonds are not a covalent, means it should be ionic. All these are covalent. Why? All these have only non-metals. There's one very important thing. Can you please note down this also? If you take ammonium chloride, this is one exception. Ammonium chloride, NH4 plus and Cl minus. Are there any metals in it? No. But it is ionic. Ionic. This is one exception. But majority, like most of the compounds in your syllabus, covalent ones only non-metals and ionic one metal and non-metal. But this is one exception. Ionic, but it has both ionic and covalent bonds. Right? So between ammonium ion, how to read this? Ammonium, not ammonia. Ammonia is NH3. Ammonia is a basic gas. Ammonia. Ammonia is a basic gas. This is ammonium ion and chloride ion. It is an ionic bond. So this bond is ionic. But within ammonium ion, there are covalent bonds. So ammonium chloride has both covalent and ionic bonds. Right here has both. NH4Cl has both covalent as well as ionic bonds. Both covalent and ionic bonds. But overall, it is an ionic compound. But the compound is ionic. It has both covalent and ionic bonds, but as overall, but compound is ionic. But it is an ionic compound. 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 Ionic compound. Right. Question number 30, answer is fourth. Answer is fourth. Question number 31. Which one is the element given below? Very easy question. Brass is an alloy. Answer is second. Sodium is an element. Right, everyone? Water is a molecule. Water is a molecule. Brass is an alloy. Stainless steel also an alloy. So the answer will be sodium. Question number 31. Please write that if you want. This is an alloy. Brass, copper plus zinc. This is a solid homogeneous mixture. Solid homogeneous mixture. Stainless steel alloy. And water is a molecule, but it can form a molecular lattice, ice. Right. Question number 32. I'll erase the screen. So this is a good revision of your grade 10 chemistry. So this is the fourth lesson now. You can the previous lessons, the videos available at YouTube channel. You can watch those previous. If any one of you couldn't join the previous 3 lessons or the 3 revision lessons, you can go to channel Japurason. Channel Japurason. That's a YouTube channel. You can watch those lessons like through the video lessons. Channel Japurason. Live videos. English medium and Single medium both available. Max also, there are some other lessons also available. You can watch laterally. You can watch them because we have missed a lot, right? Your schools are closed, and but exam most probably you'll get from everything. Channel Japurason. Channel Japurason YouTube channel. channel Japurason. You can watch the previous lessons, the videos. Right. Question number 32. If you have not got the paper, you can request from the school or from the school. If you can't get it, if there's no way, or if you don't have a friend to ask that, you can send your the previous 3 papers. This paper also, if you have not got it, if there's no way of getting it, only please send a request message with your name and the school to this number, 07027299497. Then you can get the soft copy of the paper, PDF of the previous papers and this paper even to this WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp the name and the school requesting the tute of the Japurason support seminars with your name and the school. Okay. After the lesson, you can ask. Question number 32. Not a property of ionic compound. Not a property highlight. So always when you read the question, please pay attention to the question word. Now, ionic compounds, most of the ionic compounds, say example, let's say sodium chloride, it is salt, common salt in the kitchen. It's soluble in water. Water is polar. So that's correct. Second one is correct. First one, exists as neutral molecule. That is the incorrect one. That is not a property of ionic. Exists as small neutral molecules. That is completely wrong. Please write everyone. NaCl is not a molecule. It is an ionic lattice. Therefore, all the ionic compounds exist as ionic lattices. Please put a stand right everyone. All the ionic compounds exist as ionic lattices. Therefore, they have high melting and boiling point, high MP and BP, high MP and BP, high melting point and boiling point, right? And example NaCl, Therefore, NaCl, it is not a molecule. NaCl is not a molecule. NaCl is not a molecule. It does not exist as one unit. It does not exist as one unit. It's a lattice. Therefore, ionic compounds are formed between ions. Atoms combined form what? New covalent molecules. Atoms, if the bond is formed between atoms, it's a covalent. If the bond is formed between ions, it's ionic bond, ionic compound. That's how you can easily remember. Between atoms, covalent bonds. Between ions, ionic bond. That's it. Between atoms. So here, atoms wrong. It's not a property of ionic compound. Ionic compounds are not formed between atoms and they are not molecules. Ionic compound does not exist as a molecule. They are all lattices with high melting and boiling point. Example NaCl. So right is NaCl is not a molecule. It does not exist as one NaCl. Even though we write NaCl, it does not exist as one NaCl. It is a lattice. Large number of Na plus and Cl minus combined. So this is a good question. Question number 32. I'll erase the screen. Question number 33. Which of these compounds form an ionic lattice? I told all the ionic compounds exist as ionic lattices. Answer is for potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is ionic lattice. Please write below the others. Below carbon tetrachloride, write non-polar molecule. This is what? Non-polar covalent molecule. Non-polar covalent molecule and is organic. Non-polar covalent organic. Lot of things. Carbon tetrachloride is grade 11 you learn under polar non-polar solvents. Non-polar covalent organic solvent. Non-polar covalent organic solvent. Ammonia. Ammonia is a covalent molecule but is inorganic. Inorganic. That means what is inorganic? No carbon. Inorganic covalent molecule. Inorganic covalent molecule. Diamond, it is homoatomic lattice. Diamond is a homoatomic lattice. Homoatomic lattice. Potassium chloride, ionic lattice. So the answer is 4. That's why the answer is 4. Question number 34. What is the compound with covalent bond? Very easy. Between nonmetals, find the molecule containing only nonmetal, that will be definitely covalent bonds. Look at the screen, everyone. Magnesium is a metal, therefore is ionic. Magnesium oxide is ionic. If there's at least one metal, it is an ionic compound. Copper sulfate, copper is a metal, therefore is ionic. Potassium chloride, potassium is a metal, therefore is ionic. So which compound containing only non-metal? That is NH3 ammonia. Don't mix up ammonia and ammonium. Ammonia is a basic gas, write it. NH3 is a basic gas. It is a basic gas. Question number 35. How many covalent bonds around nitrogen in ammonia? There are 3 covalent bonds like this. All 3 are polar covalent. And there's a lone pair here. This is the Lewis structure of ammonia, NH3. Question number 35. Which element reacts with oxygen to form a compound that is a gas at room temperature? You had to put a question mark. Okay, I'll erase the screen and let's move to the question number 35. Look at the screen, everyone. A gas. Okay, let's see. First one. When metal combine with oxygen, it's metallic oxide. So let's see. I'll write the formula under each with the gas. Magnesium combine with oxygen to form what? Magnesium oxide. It's a solid, ionic solid. Hydrogen combine with oxygen to form water, H2O. It's a liquid. Copper combine with oxygen to form copper oxide. It is a solid, black solid. Carbon combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Carbon combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. That is CO2. CO2. So therefore it's a gas. That's the answer. When you burn carbon, what is the gas released to the atmosphere? Carbon dioxide. Actually, coal contains carbon. Coal means carbon. So when you burn coal, what? Large quantity of CO2 gas is released to the atmosphere. Carbon is very important. Carbon is a very uncommon, unusual metal. Why? Carbon is the only non-metal which conducts electricity. I'll write the list of the things that you should know about carbon. Very important. Carbon containing compounds are organic compounds. So let's see. Carbon. Chemistry of carbon. Very important. Carbon containing compounds are called what? Organic compounds. Carbon form organic compounds. Even organic molecules. Carbon form lattices. Carbon, there are allotrophic forms. Allotroph. Carbon, there are isotopes. See, many things to remember about carbon. Isotopes, allotrophs, isotopes. Then carbon, that is the most widely used element in nanotechnology, nanoscience. Carbon nanotubes, single wall, multi-wall carbon nanotubes. Carbon present in the atmosphere as CO2, and carbon is present in fuel, petroleum fuel, hydrocarbons. Petrol, kerosene, diesel, they all contain carbon, organic, hydrocarbons. Therefore, carbon is very important, and carbon is the only non-metal which conduct electricity. Carbon is the only non-metal which conduct electricity. Right. Carbon has multiple valency also. Then answer is for question number 35. Question number 36. Which of the following is a molecular lattice? That's a good question. This one I'll make a small correction. Silicon dioxide, I will, instead of silicon dioxide, I'll write here because actually it's a atomic lattice. Erase silicon dioxide, and instead of fourth one you may write ice. Ice. So that is the answer. Ice is a polar molecular lattice. What is sodium chloride? An ionic lattice. Diamond, atomic lattice. Graphite, made of only atoms, atomic lattice. Atomic lattice made of atoms. Ionic lattice made of ions. Molecular lattice made of molecules. So sodium chloride, an ionic lattice. It is an ionic lattice. Diamond and graphite, atomic lattices. Ice, right? Molecular lattice. Actually, polar molecular lattice. If you take even dry ice, also a lattice. Dry ice, that is, what is dry ice? Solid carbon dioxide, solid CO2. Dry ice will be solid CO2, that is also lattice. Dry ice is solid CO2, that is also lattice, but it is non-polarized molecular lattice, non-polar molecular lattice, right? So actually you don't have molecular lattices in your syllabus, they have not given, but anyway, if you know, since you all know the other three, the first three, then you can underline easily, you can select the answer. So the question number 36 answer is fourth. 36 answer is fourth. Question number 37. Atomic number of R is 18. Any volunteers who can tell me the answer for this, raise the hand. Okay, this now here the questions become a little harder than the first few. So the first one I quickly gave the answer. What is the valency of the element having atomic number 18? Okay, I'll ask the answer from Natasha Sandali.
Fourth one.
Yeah, very good. Both of you are correct. Imasha?
Fourth answer.
Very good. Answer is fourth. 0, because it's a noble gas. It's a noble gas. Therefore, that is also called C-Roth group. C-Roth group. Look at the screen. What are the elements under group 8? Group 8, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So this is also called C-Roth group. The reason is their valence is 0. Valency means what? Combining power is 0. Valency 0 means what? Combining power is 0. They don't easily combine with any other elements to form chemical bonds. Combining power is 0. That means they don't easily combine with the other elements to form compounds. That's the meaning. So the answer is fourth. Very good, those who replied on chat. Reply. Right. Question number 38. Hydrogen oxide is better known as. What is the oxide of hydrogen? H2O. Hydrogen is H. Oxide is H2O. So that is what. Can you please write the formula of the others also? Hydrogen peroxide H2O2. And baking powder is sodium bicarbonate. If you don't know, write it. Baking powder, sodium bicarbonate. Soda contain H2CO3, carbonic acid. Soda water contain what acid? Carbonic acid. Sodium bicarbonate is called baking powder. Sodium bicarbonate. Hydrogen peroxide is used to obtain oxygen gas in the to prepare oxygen gas in the laboratory. The question number 38 answer is second. Question number 39. I'll erase the screen. 39th MCQ. Any volunteers? 39th MCQ? Who can give me the answer? A diatomic molecule out of this. Yes, any volunteers? Raise the hand. Question number 39. What is the diatomic molecule out of this? Which element form diatomic molecule? Yeah, Binula?
Carbon dioxide.
Second answer.
Binula gave carbon dioxide, and so you gave Masha gave second answer. So actually the answer is Binula, nitrogen. Because carbon dioxide is not diatomic, it is triatomic. Because they are asking diatomic carbon dioxide, how many atoms are there? So write the formula CO2. It is triatomic. There are 3 atoms, 2 oxygen, 1 carbon, triatomic. Heterotriatomic. Nitrogen is N2. That is diatomic. Nitrogen exists as N2. It is diatomic. And argon is what? Monoatomic. Argon is what? Monoatomic. Calcium, that's a metal. So it doesn't. Calcium does not exist as a molecule. It is a metallic lattice. All the metals, they actually some in A-level chemistry will learn this in detail, but overall we don't teach metallic lattices. It's a metallic lattice. Metals, what is the type of bonding? Metallic bonding. If you want to write those who are planning to do A-level bioscience or maths, metals having metallic bonding. Metals having metallic. If they ask if someone asks what is the type of bond present in the metal, metallic bonds, and it is a metallic lattice. Metallic lattice. Right. Question number 39. Answer is second. Right. Answer is second. Nitrogen is a diatomic molecule, but don't forget that between nitrogen and atom there's a triple bond. Molecule is diatomic, but it's a triple bond. Triple bond and molecule diatomic, two different things. Triple bond between nitrogen atoms. Question number 40. 40th MCQ. A giant lattice composed of only one element. A giant lattice made of only one element. Any volunteers who can give me the answer for this? Yes? Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Sandali.
First one. First answer.
Right, very good. Answer is first one. That is diamond. Very good. Excellent. Answer is diamond. Sodium chloride salt, silica actually, it's, if you want we can write here silicon dioxide, not only one element, there are two elements in it, sodium chloride salt, and methane is CH4. So they have two elements, so altogether two elements but 5 atoms, CH4, pentatomic. Question number 41. Set of covalent compounds. It's a good question. Any volunteers who can give me the answer for the 41st MCQ? Question number 41. Any volunteers? Yes? I'll ask the answer from question number 41. Okay. If you have not done, quickly go through now and okay. Sitlini. Yes, Sitlini. Kularatna. What is the answer?
Fourth one.
Fourth one. Imasha? Malisha?
Fourth one.
Very good. Answer is fourth. Answer is fourth. The reason, okay, let me explain why the first three wrong. Why the first one is wrong, I'll highlight here because of calcium chloride is ionic. Others are covalent. Second one is wrong because aluminium oxide is ionic. If there's a metal, is ionic. Third one because of potassium carbonate, because they are ionic. These guys are ionic. Not covalent. But this one silicon, you can look at here. Nitrogen is N2, covalent. Silicon dioxide SiO2, covalent. Ammonia and H3, covalent. But this is a covalent lattice. Silicon dioxide is silica, a covalent lattice. Covalent lattice. Okay. Question number 42 will complete up to 50 today. You can check how many correct out of 50. Quickly complete the last 8. Select the false statement. Select the false statement. Any volunteers? Which one is false out of this? So this is a oral past paper question as I remember, 1990s as I remember. Yes, that's a good question. Any volunteers? Question number 42, the answer? Yes? No one? Question number 40, just quickly go through and tell me any volunteers? Right. Answer is, yeah, okay, Sitlini. Yes, Sitlini, what is the answer?
Third one.
Third one. Any other volunteers? Any other volunteers? Vilana? Yes?
Third one.
Third one. Okay. Both Vilana and Sitlini gave the same answer. Both of you are correct. Very good. Answer is 3. How come 3? All the essential elements contained in the plant obtained from the soil. Why it is wrong? Okay. Sitlini and Vilana, can you raise the hand? And if you know, raise the hand. Which element is not taken to the plant from the soil? then there must be an element which is not taken from the soil to become this false. Yes, what is not taken from the soil to the plant? Which element?
CO2.
Very good. The element carbon is not taken from the soil. Very good. You have good. With understanding, you have given the answer. Very good. The others right here. The element carbon is taken as CO2 from the atmosphere, not from the soil. Right here. The element carbon. The element carbon is taken to the plant directly from the atmosphere as CO2. The other elements, minerals, calcium, sodium, potassium, hydrogen, taken from the soil, right? The element carbon taken to the plant directly from the atmosphere. Even nitrogen plant cannot take directly. Nitrogen taken from the soil directly from the atmosphere. Atmosphere not in pure form, as CO2. As CO2. The element carbon is taken to the plant as CO2 directly from the atmosphere as CO2. That's why this is a all pass question. So ionic compounds which are water soluble as well as, who can tell me water insoluble ionic compound? Water insoluble ionic compound. Water insoluble ionic compound. Any volunteers who can tell me water insoluble ionic compound? Most of the ionic compounds are water soluble. Salt, common salt in the kitchen, water soluble. Yes, who can tell me the answer? Yes. Any volunteers? I am asking now water insoluble ionic compound. If you know, raise the hand. Yes. No one. Water insoluble ionic compound. Okay. Corals made of what? Limestone. What is the chemical formula? Calcium carbonate is a precipitate. It is insoluble. It is not soluble in water. Right? Silver chloride, AgCl, is a precipitate. It is insoluble in water. There are ionic compounds that are insoluble in water as well. So this is in the soil. So calcium carbonate, corals in the sea. Right. Soil acts as a medium which supplies nutrients. Yes. Through the soil water only plant absorb nutrients. So the plant cannot absorb fertilizers in powdered form. And soil water can consider as a solution which contain various salts. Yes. Soil water contain many minerals dissolved in. It's very important for the plant growth. Question number 42, the answer is 3. That's a good question. I explained bit in detail. Question number 43. Relative molecular mass of ammonium sulfate. Now, the remaining questions from chemical calculation after this, I'll discuss 43 and 44. 43 years, what is the total, how to get the, you are given the RAM within bracket. Any volunteers? What is the total? Ammonium sulfate, yes? Any volunteers? Sandali? Natasha, yes?
One. First answer.
Malaysia?
First one.
Ilana? Yes, Vilana? Okay. Answer is first one. Very good. Answer is first one. All of you are correct. 132. How come 132? Ammonium sulfate. First you have to get the total inside the bracket. Then I'll give you a method to do it. Now nitrogen, it's 14. Hydrogen is 4. Then the total will be 18. So then it will be 18 into 2. 18 times 2. Plus sulfur 32. Plus oxygen 64 plus oxygen will be 64. Then you get the total 36 plus 32 plus 64, the total. Then you get 68 plus 64, you get 132. Answer is first one. Very good. Question number 44. Select the element group that does not contain the same valency. Does not contain same valency. Highlight does not contain same valency. Which one? Which pair does not contain same valency? Okay. The best thing, under each, write the group to which they belongs. Then you can easily get the answer. Both this group 4. Therefore what? Valence is 4. Group 4, outermost 4 electron. Therefore they can form 4 bonds. Valence is 4. Okay. Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer. Group 4. Therefore valence is 4. I'll ask the answer from Masha, Sandali.
Fourth one. Fourth one.
Very good. Answer is fourth. How come fourth? Sodium group 1 valency 1, calcium group 2 valency 2. So here valency 1, here valency 2. But magnesium and oxygen both valency 2 because it's group 6 valency 2 and group 2 also valency 2. Helium and argon valency 0. Both these having 0. Right. Question number 44, answer is 4. Next one, question number 45. Which of the following is an ionic lattice? Any volunteers? Out of this, which one is an ionic lattice? Yes. I'll ask the answer from Sitilini, Imasha. Yes.
Sodium chloride.
Very good. Answer is sodium chloride. So write diamond and graphite, right? Atomic lattices. Atomic lattices. Silicon dioxide also heteroatomic lattice. So ionic lattice sodium chloride. So the last MCQ I'll discuss question number 46, and after that all the other questions from chemical calculation, those questions I'll discuss next day if the schools won't open. So next week most probably. 46th MCQ, any volunteers? Why graphite and diamond having, even though they are non-metals, they have high, diamond has high melting point and high boiling point. What is the reason? It's a non-metal, but boiling point of diamond is high. Yes? Due to the existence of what? Yes, any volunteers? Even though it's a non-metal, it has very high melting point. Second period elements, the carbon has the highest melting point. Why? Yes, Idri?
Making lattices.
Very good, excellent. Answer is due to the existence it exists as lattices, graphite diamond. Actually, you can write yes, not diamond here. We make it silicon, carbon and silicon. Actually, non-metal, but non-metal carbon. Make it carbon. Like diamond is not a non-metal. That's also non-metal, but no problem. But if you leave carbon only, that's enough. Yeah. Right. So then question number 46. Now 47 onwards I'll discuss next. Now please raise the hand. Those who have done this at home, or at least today, if you got the answer before me, out of 46, those who got 40 or above, please raise the hand. How many of you got out of these 46? So just to check whether you are okay with the grade 10 chemistry. How many of you got above 40? Please raise the hand. Not my answers. Those who have done this alone at home and got more than 40 correct, 40 or above. There are 7 students. Very good. Devi, how many you got correct?
40. 41.
40. Very good. Natasha? Hansi?
43.
Anutpi? Malisha? Okay. So if you have got around 9 students, raise the hand. Very good. Binula, Hansi, Natasha, Ishan, Sandali, Devmi. Right. Very good. Masha, Malisha, right. Very good. So if you have got above 40, you are okay with this grade 10 chemistry up to this lesson, 10th lesson. And 47 onwards I'll discuss next Tuesday if the schools want to open for next week. So we'll inform you through your school WhatsApp group, through the school. there are 100 MCQs. Before the next class, please try to complete all the remaining MCQs. So it's a good revision for you, the grade 10 and 11 chemistry. All the possible questions, you can keep the answers ready. Then we'll discuss in similar lesson like this. So we'll stop for today and we'll continue the rest again. Have a good day and God bless you.